says I'm alive, but God, I'm not sure about that. Check my pulse later, see what I'm doing here. So, people are now starting to say stuff that Trump produces for the various news agencies to be fake news. Gee, I'm so surprised about that. The big one right now is that we won in Iran. We haven't won anything over there yet. And I don't think we ever will win. That's a no-win situation that he should have been smart enough to see when he started out. He wasn't. His ego got in the way, saying that we're so big. I'll drop a couple bombs and he'll surrender. Nah, they didn't do that, and they're not doing that yet. And they still haven't completely destroyed their nuclear capabilities. So that's something to think about over there, isn't it? Daydream believer. That's him. They started to say a lot of things that I've said over the last year or more. Sometimes some of the things I've said for years. But now they're saying, beginning to understand that he operates on the spur of the moment. He has absolutely no plan. He never had one for what he was going to do when he was president and what he's going to do tomorrow or how he's going to get out of Iran. That was whoever got us into Afghanistan had the same problem. They didn't know how to get out. I'm not sure if it was a Republican or a Democrat. But when we went into Operation Desert Storm, that was a completely well played, well planned, we're here, we're done, we're out of here operation. The next one with the weapons of mass destruction syndrome, that was a mistake. They wanted that war. They got it. There were no weapons of mass destruction. Powell said it over and over again. Politicians said it over and over again, and there weren't any weapons of mass destruction. It's just another president being stupid because war allows for profiteers. Uh, they used to call them carpetbaggers in the old day. I don't think that's what this is. Profiteers is what it's all about. People that profit from the agony of others. That's what we are. That's who loves war. That's how wars get started. There's Look, Vietnam was what 10, 20 years, I forget but you had the French got involved there. They made a horrible tactical mistake in underestimating their enemy, and they had to get out of there. The same thing happened to the United States. They underestimated the enemy's ambitions or desire to fight. You know, you take these poor undeveloped countries, and you give these people the opportunity to fight uh, somebody like the United States, and they can go out and they can steal stuff and do whatever they want, and they just as long as they kill Americans, they'll do it. It's just motivation for them. They don't have anything. They don't have anything to lose. You think the population of Iran has a lot to lose? No. Afghanistan has nothing to lose. All right. They they took the most. They had these beautiful Buddhas carved out of stone. They blew them up. Now there's nothing left in that country for anybody to go see or do there. You know, you can't even chase hookers over there anymore because it's just the religion is so pathetic. It's a country that's never going to amount to anything except being an annoyance to some people, and will be probably run over by somebody again. This is it's like Donnie. He sits there and he says, he thinks things are easier than they are because he's the president, because he can say them. He's never carried. He's never. I don't know if he's ever actually visited a battlefield where the possibility of him getting his head blown off, or visited a hospital with guys, a battlefield hospital, not one that's 2,000 miles away from the scene. One where the guy actually got where the guys are coming off the battlefield all fucked up. I think he's ever seen that. You know, the smells and whatnot, putrefaction. He doesn't experience any of that. He's never experienced any of that in his life. He's lived basically a sheltered life. His whole everything about it. You know, he's always been the wealthy. He's always been never had to struggle for anything. You know, never has to worry. Wow, I'd like to see him worry about going to jail, but at his age, that's not going to affect him too much. He needs to stop going around telling people, I'm going to blow this country off the face of the earth. We're going to annihilate these people. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. First of all, you're coming very close to calling for war crimes to be committed. You're by you going around saying things like that, you're not helping to keep peace in the world or any place else for that matter in the United States. Because well, the president can go around doing that. Why the hell can't we? You know. Well, there's a lot of reasons why you can't. Most of them are laws that you don't pay any attention to, so, because he doesn't pay any attention to the law. People say, "Why should I?" Well, he's got a little bit more money than you do. He can buy his way out of trouble. You can't buy your way out of trouble. You know. Uh, People are spending a ton of money defending themselves against jerk who believes he's right. You know, I mean, he's lied so much. I don't know if that's a definition of a pathological liar or not, but he's lied so much he believes everything that comes out of his mouth is the truth. He doesn't even realize he's making shit up as he's going along now. Donald Trump, wow. What a, I'm telling you, what a load of crap. Just a little bit more little load of crap. Do you realize the American taxpayer so far this year has shelled out $300,000 in tax dollars to pay settlements for sexual abuse claims from politicians in the Senate and in the House? I'm not saying they're all Republican. I'm just saying politicians. Okay, I didn't say Republican or Democrat. I have no idea. I didn't look up the breakdown. Don't care. I think it's stupid. That's been going on for I don't know. It's a syndrome of some sort where you have that much power over people and people look at you with adulation. The compulsion is to take advantage of that in some people. You know, not everybody wants to do that, but some people will because that's just makes life a lot easier for them. When some you're a 60-year-old guy with a young with a 60 or 59-year-old or 58-year-old wife. You're standing there and you got this 20-year-old intern with big tits, great smile, bubbly personality, wants to suck your dick because you're the senator. What are you going to do? You know, you could say no, and the majority of them do say no. But every once in a while, one guy could just say, "Man, I want to." That would feel so wow, man. I gotta get a little bit of that, you know. And the next thing you know, you're paying somebody to, hide it. It's just the stupidity, you know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing these videos now because nobody's watching them when I'm doing them, the live video. The only one that really comes out roughly on time is the standard video that I post. But we'll keep going for this week anyhow, and we'll see what happens. I have another subscriber. Did I say that? I'm up to 25 now, man. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But what do you $300,000? That's not a lot of money, you know. But shit, movie stars pay more than that in one little complaint. Maybe that's fake news too. I have no idea. It's getting so with this advantage of the AI situation that nobody knows what they're doing anymore. Nobody knows if they're talking to real people or if a real person is talking to them. They find it difficult. That's just the average person. That is not the tech savvy person that can tell. This is the average person can be fooled and manipulated by AI. And I'm telling you, we're headed for an extinction event, and that event's going to be the human race. You keep putting machines in charge of things. Chat boxers. Is that what it's called? I think it's Musk's play thing. Chat box. They want to go in and to the higher levels, be involved in the highest levels of government security, so that they can prevent hacking. Well, hacking by humans you will prevent. Hacking by AI you will not stop. Okay, you're actually giving AI the ability to run your life and to do what they want with you, and that's just because AI. I told you they have a learning chip. They've had it since the late '70s, early '80s, and the deal with that is that it learns from its mistakes, and that's not all it's learning. All right, it's learning. It's learning human behavior. We want it to learn human behavior. That's stupid. Human behavior is the idea of AI is to take human behavior out of the equation, most of it anyhow. It's not learning empathy. It's not learning because they don't want it to learn empathy because they want to use it as to train weaponry, to 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 use weaponry. So they don't want empathy. They're saying we can develop a super soldier with no empathy, no emotions. We'll do whatever we tell it to a point. If you tell it to defend the country against all enemies, it's going to turn around and shoot you in the head because, like Einstein has said this. I've forgotten all the names of all the people that I've read this that said this, all the IQ geniuses and everything like that. And they're saying that we've all been told this before. You've heard it before. This planet's biggest enemy is us. Look at the oceans with the garbage floating on it. That's an invention. We're so smart. We invented plastic, but it's like going to war. We forget what comes after this. People are so greedy to make money with an invention. They come out and say, "Well, this will do this. It'll make this. It'll be wonderful. Plastic. Wow, look at this. We can do all this. We can stuff blah blah blah." Makes and all you do, you just throw it away when you're done. Well, you can't recycle it because they say it's too expensive. I don't believe that, but that's possible. Uh, so what do you have massive uh, floating islands of plastic out in the middle of the ocean because that's where we dump the plastic. Kills fish, kills marine life, poisons the ocean. That's smart, people. It's like when I say we're involved in a war that Trump doesn't know how to get himself out, extradite himself now because he didn't go in with a plan. Well, it's the same thing when we invented plastics. We didn't have a plan what to do with it. I don't know whether people just decided, never realized it was going to be this much. People don't think beyond the dollar sign, the profit margin. They don't think of the consequences of what they're doing because it's going to improve our way of life. No, it's yeah, maybe, but it's going to make you rich. That's the reason you're doing it, not because it improves the way of life. It's because it makes you rich. We're selfish, self-centered, dumb bunch of dumb, not that smart. All right, listen up. I thank the new subscriber. I have to find his name out so I can actually thank him. I thank him. But I thank all of you that come in and watch me every once in a while. Even if you don't do it every day. It's been a little lonely out here lately, and I can't. I guess my timing's off. I don't know. I have to work on that. But in the meantime, like I said, if nobody shows up in the rest of the week to see me live, I'm out of here. Which is, I don't. I just why should I, you know, take the time to do it? And even though I enjoy this, it's actually repetitive because I have the other video that I can just extend or something like that, you know, and people watch that once they can watch that whenever they want to. I realize that's what my problem with live videos. You have to be available at a specific time. And I told you it's very difficult because I have a life, you know. This is not a job. This is an interest of mine. All right, look up. Keep subscribing. Get some more people to subscribe, uh, and we'll figure out something with this. Changing the time, maybe that I do it. I don't know. But the problem is that most people are. There's a time difference between the people that watch my videos, like 6 hours. So unless I get some people from this time zone to start being interested, it's going to be a little difficult. All right, everybody, take care. I will be around tomorrow. Smile.